Alright, I have to change some memory disk. So, I don't know, something might be wrong with my other one because I had this problem on my last video. Anyway, all I did here while I was waiting for the memory disk to load, I just took some lavender and I based these little inside flowers with lavender. And then I took some mulberry and put some mulberry in there. You know, like our normal way, our tradition when we do our leaves, just kind of, you know, put the color in. And then I, to darken it, I used black cherry. And I just put black cherry in here towards the bottom. Just like that. Just to make a little of the depth. And I'm wondering if I might want to put in a little black, but I think that would be too much. So I'll just leave it like that. Okay, now it's looking really nice. I think we'll save leaves till a little bit later. Let's do, I guess this flower right here. This will be an easy one to do. And this time we'll start the color going out with processed red. So take some processed red and just bring the colors around and in a nice wispy fashion, following the way of the leaf. Okay, processed red, and there's a little leaf. Now this leaf is flipping over, as you can see. It's kind of like a flipping over. So don't go all the way up because we want that one light at the tip. Because that's where it's going to be highlighted, right? Okay. And then now we have in here, we've got some going up in here. Do you want me to get a little closer? Just a little closer? Okay. Alright, so then let's come up in here. Go up. Let's see, now what's back here? Is this a leaf or part of the flower? I'm just going to make it part of the flower. Up here. Okay, and then right in here. Okay. Alright. And same way here. Flowers are really pretty to do. I'm going to put this in my Paris room. I made a video of the Paris room, and it was when I was sick. And I was, oh my gosh, I was on, I don't know what kind of medication I was on, but when I went back and listened to the video, you could tell, it sounds like I'm drunk or something, or definitely on medication, so I took it off. It was kind of embarrassing. I was laughing so hard when I watched it, I thought, nah, I better redo that. It's funny too, because I felt perfectly fine, but then when I went back and watched it, I was like, Lisa, you're acting like a nut. So I took it off, but I think it had like 50 views, so 50 of you saw it. I need to re-put it up though, because a lot of people do want to, I mean, it's interesting to know, you know, what the little room looks like where I'm sitting in and what my makeup room looks like. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I like watching other people's stuff. So that way when I'm sitting here, you kind of know what it looks like around me. You know, I do the same thing with my daughters. I want to know what because they're all older, you know, and they're grown, and they live in California, and I live here in Arizona. And I want them, they take their little video and walk around the house and give me a little tour from time to time as they change stuff in their house. So I could see what it looks like. And when I'm talking to them on the phone, I can imagine, you know, where they're sitting and what it looks like. Okay, I don't know what this is here. It's just sort of blank. It looks like a flipped up part of the flower. So let's give it a little bit of petals by making lines kind of darker, like I just did. And then I'm gonna come in here with the process red. I don't know why they call it processed red, because this to me looks like a fuchsia purpley color. Okay, let's grab our hot pink, and let's go up with some hot pink. Okay, and leave the tips lighter. I'm going to do our magic with this one. You know how I have that little magic style where it'll instantly change color? So this flower will wind up, believe it or not, being orange. Okay, so we're going to put the hot pink up in here. And let's bring some of it around here. Okay, some here, and let's fill in this. Let's go up in here. Okay, and then up. This one's flipping over. Okay, so we've got some of that going. Now we need to give it a little bit more of some dimension. So let's grab mulberry. Mulberry is always a good accent color to use when you're using this little set of colors. Put some of that. Right in here. Okay. And then let's go up and around this flower. I'll put a little bit more down here since this petal is underneath that petal. So I'm going to go around. And then let's add a little right in here. Okay, now let us grab this canary yellow. And when we make the magic happen, this is how we do it. Grab, is this canary yellow or yellow ochre? Yep, this was yellow ochre. I could tell that right away. I need canary yellow. Canary yellow is a lot brighter than that. See, it's a lot brighter. And that's okay. If we could put in some yellow ochre in there if we want, but I want to tone it down. Sometimes I've done that where I've toned it down, and I'm going to do the middle with the yellow too. So I'm coming here now. But do you see how that magically just changes the color? And I think I actually will use yellow ochre and just tone down the yellow just a little bit. But I'm just, as you can see here, just putting the color in. And by adding that yellow over the red and yellow make an orange. So it makes it a nice deep color of an, because we wouldn't want to just take our orange pencils. You wouldn't get this same look. And just put the yellow right on top of that. And then bring it out here. And this petal's flipping over a little. So just bring it down. And then same thing. But see the color of that? How it goes really good with the blue and then the pink flower. Because we don't really want to put an exact pink right next to the other pink flower. So we're making like a little pretty garden. Okay, now let's grab that yellow ochre and let's tone this top part down just a little bit so it's not quite so bright. Looks a little cheesy. So I want to add a little bit of that yellow ochre to that. Just tones it down a little bit, not make it quite so vibrant, but not in the middle. We'll leave the middle part brighter. And actually we need to add some accents to that middle part. Okay, so we need to add some accents to that. So let's grab some Crimson Lake. and just on the bottoms, and just pick a few. Just pick a few of them. You don't need to put them on every one of them. And like I need probably 10 times more magnification on my glasses to do this. It's kind of hard for me to see, but just put it in random spots. Just to have some, you know, give it a little accent, give it some interest. Doesn't really, you don't have to be perfect with it. But by adding this, it really does give it a little bit more interest in. You don't want it just a big blob of yellow in the middle. Okay, that's good. Maybe even a little more. Just follow the way that the leaves go. All right. And there, that's about enough, really. Maybe a little in here. Just play with it a little until you're happy with how it looks. And that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna get the phone, but just keep playing around with it until you're happy with it. Alrighty, so now this is how it's coming along. Looks really good. Now we need to do this flower right here, okay? So we need to make it look like a little sunflower. So let's pull out the colors.